Hello, and welcome to It's a Women's World. I'm your host, Irina Dubinska. Our show spotlights powerful women to dare to make a difference. From Amsterdam to New Zealand, women today are taking the challenges of business and leadership head on and are becoming successful entrepreneurs. Hey, everybody.
Yes.
Today, our guest is Dr. Dalal Akoury. She's Advanced Integrative Medicine Authority, author of 8 books and papers, media contributor, global speaker. She was speaking at 20 conferences, healthcare educator, healthpreneur. She has 6 medical educations and degrees. So let me introduce Dr. Dalal. And
Irene, what a pleasure to be with
your clinic is located at Myrtle Beach, right?
you. Yes, correct.
And you're the author of the book, Please Do Not Eat the Donuts.
Yes, don't eat that donut.
Yeah, I did my homework. I did research on what you're doing. So, and that's how the neurotoxic effect of the sugar addiction you've been talking about.
Yes, absolutely. You are absolutely correct. The contribution to health, because really what you just said is very easy to understand, is health equal wealth. So if one is not healthy, you can never be wealthy. So really, if we want to be wealthy, wealthy is not only material things, but wealth of knowledge, wealth of love, wealth of happiness, wealth of joy. It all stems from very good health. So in order for us to really achieve the wealth, we need to really have an amazing core of health. So my focus has been over the years is to promote health, is to help people stay healthy, to eat right, understand what that food is medicine, understand that love is medicine, understand how the body really works. The traditional healthcare model is just focused on addressing the disorder or the disease. But you cannot address the disease unless you know what we call root cause. Why am I sick in the first place? So when people realize that every choice we make is very vital because it changes everything. If we choose to be happy instead of upset, if we choose to be smiling instead of angry, it changes our chemistry. And when we change our chemistry, it in turn changes our electricity. Because we're nothing but electrical beings. There is communication between cells that are happening at more of a frequency and electric level. And we are only thinking about the physical body and way, way beyond the physical body. So my main mission on this planet, and it took me years to know my mission, okay? Even though my mission began when I was 17 or 18. Actually, it began when I was born. Every one of us has a mission. We're born with one. And my mission the turning point in my life that was part of the engine of the mission is when I lost a very special person in my life, and that was my father. My father, his name was Anis Phillips, and he was very dear to my heart. He was an engineer. He was very famous. He made a lot of contribution, but not only contribution to the world, but contribution to his family. I'm his oldest daughter, and I wanted to be like him, an engineer. But really, because of him, I ended up becoming a doctor. So his cancer was the fuel that made me the doctor of I am today. So when I treat people, I treat them from the heart. I treat them because I want to find a true cure for cancer. Now, is there a cure? I don't think so. There is how to live with cancer in a very happy atmosphere. So my focus right now is to really empower people to find their own self and how to manipulate the body in order for it to receive the proper treatment. So even though I am bringing on treatment and health and healing, if your body is not willing to get better, and if your chemistry and your electricity is not aligned with my treatment, you may or may not get better. But by the grace of God, 90%, over 90% of my patients do so much better when compared with any other treatment outcome, any other place. So I am very honored. I'm very blessed. And I was so honored, so blessed, so happy when you did ask me to allow me to be interviewed on your show, because I know you have a mission very similar to mine, and you would love, like I do, make an impact. You would love to share the knowledge. You would love to share the information, because information is also wealth. So information and health is true wealth. So we are working together to bring to life the most important message, which is your health is your wealth. But also another message, which we are using an opportunity to make wealth by helping people become healthy as well. So whether you are a healthpreneur, or whether you are a doctorpreneur, or even if you are just a patient, we are all winning. So what I propose is a win-win-win situation. The sick people win because they heal. The doctors win because they live their dream. The healthpreneur win because they can make a financial improvement to their life, but also a financial improvement to the patients. So I think there's no better situation or better opportunity for anyone to embark on better than what we are offering. And it's really based on true medicine. It's based on healing, and it's based on science, and it's based on business. So business in medicine is nothing wrong with it, but using people to make money, that's no good. You have to have money in order for you to conduct a health business that is proper and good, and to create research, because you have to have financial stability in doing that. However, to be heartless and make money from taking advantage of people's illnesses, which is really happening more often than not, that is a crime. So for me, I want your impact, I want your input, because together, my whole life, I believed that alone, I may impact thousands of people, maybe 2,000, 5,000, but together we can impact millions and billions of people. So we're all a tribe, and I really don't even like the word tribe. We're all part of a universe that is trying to bring to life wellness again and wealth again, because wealth and wellness are tied into one another. So a person like you is bringing to humanity an opportunity of bringing voices and amplify these voices so that we can reach masses. So you are an amplifier of the message. So I'm very grateful for that, because you're taking my message, that is very important message, but now that message is getting amplified because it's serving lots of people. So I have to be very grateful for the opportunity that you're giving me right now to share a lot of information that would help every single person get better. So I'm grateful.
Just explain more about alkalizing, magnesium, omega-3, probiotics, and other things which will promote the health in people and prevent
Excellent.
the sickness.
That is an exceptionally important question. Now, you have chosen, you started with something very special, magnesium. Magnesium is very special to my heart. Why? Because magnesium is essential for heart health, okay? So your heart cannot function properly without healthy levels of good magnesium, okay? So magnesium is essential in 400 to 500 reactions in the body. They're very important for optimizing brain health, okay? If people are low in magnesium, they start having seizures. They start having pain and twitches. So a higher magnesium level restores integrity of the nerve endings and the nerves and the brain. So magnesium is also important for the rhythmicity of the heart. In order for the heart to have the rhythm, you have to have a healthy level of magnesium. So magnesium is essential because you remember when I talked about electricity, magnesium is an element that creates electricity. So if you do not have the right forms of magnesium, you may be in trouble. There's so many forms of magnesium on the market. Many of them are not good for us. So in order for us to know the right magnesium, we need to be contacting or listening to people who understand how it works. So for example, in most people that prescribe magnesium, prescribe a form of magnesium called magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide is the most commonly used prescription or supplement. It really not even absorbed by the body. And it causes actually side effects. That's why when they give someone magnesium oxide, they start having diarrhea. But if you get a magnesium that is chelated with a particular amino acid, for example, that really helps you to absorb the magnesium, and that particular amino acid helps the magnesium to be directed in the area that the body needs it. So magnesium taurate, for example, would go to the brain, and different things like that. So you need to know the form of magnesium. You need to make sure that it's a good, reputable company. You want to make sure it's coming from a reputable source, because if you get a source that is contaminated with pesticides or any of herbicides, then you end up having issues with cancer. So you really want to make sure that you're not getting your magnesium from the wrong source, and you also want to make sure that you're getting the proper kind of magnesium. That makes sense?
Absolutely.
So that's one of the things about magnesium. Let's go about essential fats or fatty acids or omegas. Now, we don't have one family of omegas. We have several families of omegas, and some of them are called 3, 6, and 9s. And why is 3, 6, and 9s? What is important about this? Omega-3s are the longest chain of a fatty acid. It's a very long fatty acid. And that's really essential. Why is it essential? Because there is no way we can produce long fatty acid in the body. So that has to come from outside sources. The best outside sources for this is different places. Fish, one of them. But we have to make sure when you get fish oil that you're getting it from good sources of fish. So a lot of time when you buy omega-3s or 6s or 9s, if they taste like fish, they're already contaminated. It means they're already oxidized. Why is that? Because omega-3s are polyunsaturated fats, which means they have too many bonds that are open, so they can get oxidized immediately. And that's why they hydrogenated fat, so that it does not get rancid. But when they do that, they change the nature of that fat from being fluid into hard fat. Now, hard fat is in the cell membrane, causes the cell membrane not to understand the communication between the outside world and the inside world. Because every single cell has an external environment and an internal environment. The communication happens through that cell membrane. If the cell membrane is hard, there is no communication. So you will not be understanding the message from the outside world. So when you get omega-3s, you want to make sure they come from very, very, very high quality, and they have to be not oxidized. That's why flaxseed oil is no good, because most flaxseed oil gets oxidized instantly, even if you keep it refrigerated. Most people go and buy flaxseed oil thinking it's working. So, but now we need to also make sure that we're getting the proper balance of the omegas. So you want to make adequate levels and concentration of 3s, 6, and 9. 6 is what we most use, arachidonic acid, that all the vegetable oils and all this. Now, 6 are relatively saturated and they don't get oxidized as bad, but they are really harsh on the body. You have to have a right ratio. 9 omega-9s are coming from monosaturated fats. That is similar to olive oil. Very helpful for the heart and for everything else. So right now, and there is some good essential fat that are 6s. So omega-6 is not bad. Omega-6 in the right proportion is good, okay? So evening primrose, that's an omega-6 fat. GLA is an omega-6 fat. So you need to understand what you're getting and where you're getting it from. So it's important to know what it is. The second thing that is important to know, the source and the constitution. So if you don't know the source, if you don't know what you're getting, you're really at the mercy of the person who's selling it to you. You as a consumer, me as a consumer, it's my obligation to do my homework, to know exactly what's going on in my body.
I would like you to talk about vitamin C and B17.
Wow, you are a smart woman. Now, vitamin C is, most people don't know very much about vitamin C, but vitamin C is not made in our body. We're the only being on the planet that is not able to make vitamin C. That's just the weirdest thing. We do not make vitamin C in our body. We're not able to manufacture vitamin C in the body. Now, vitamin C is important for a lot of functions in the body. One of the areas where vitamin C is very important is to maintain a healthy adrenal gland. If you don't have adequate level of the right form of vitamin C, which is ascorbic acid, you will have issues with your adrenal gland. Lack of vitamin C in the body by eating the wrong food creates a disease called scurvy. That's how we started knowing about vitamin C deficiency. And that was when people started eating food that was void of vitamin C, okay? So scurvy would make you bleed a lot because you're not able to make collagen. So vitamin C is essential for collagen formation. So it gets you at risk for infections. Now, vitamin C is called ascorbic acid. That form of it is sodium ascorbate. Most people don't even know the difference between ascorbic acid and sodium ascorbate. So people need to know that they're getting the right thing. Now, vitamin C could be taken orally, and you cannot exceed 5 grams orally, because when you do, you start diarrhea big time. I love that diarrhea because it's called a flushing effect of vitamin C. But some of people think it's an allergic reaction. It's really not. It's just cleansing your entire body. So it's called vitamin C flush. Now, there is better ways for vitamin C to be absorbed, and that is with liposomal vitamin C, because it's able to be easily absorbed, and even from the mucosa. So forms of liposomal vitamin C would be amazing. Now, I, in my office, use high-dose vitamin C for different reasons. Vitamin C in lower doses is a reducing substance, so it's an antioxidant. In a higher dose, it's pro-oxidant, which means it works like chemo. So in some cases, high doses vitamin C could be helpful to treat patients with cancer. Not everybody, not every cancer, but high doses of vitamin C, when they are pro-oxidant, which are causing cancer-like effect, kind of a chemotherapy-like effect, is very helpful in some cases of cancer and in some patients. And some patients may not be able to handle vitamin C. So if you go to somebody who does not know how to treat vitamin C, you can develop hemolytic anemia, and you can be, you become severely anemic. So really, unless you are with someone who understands what they're doing, you can run into trouble. That's about vitamin C. And you said you have one more question, and what is that?
B17.
Okay, B17 is what do you know about B17?
Because it was linked to the cancer treatment, and it's relatively new discovery.
It's really not relatively new. It's been known for years that apricot seeds and peach seeds contain a particular substance called B17 or amygdaline. And those have been used in oral forms, and in some countries, they're used intravenously. In this country, we can also use them intravenously. So people don't always have to go to Mexico or Spain or Germany in order for them to receive B17. Again, I want to make sure that I'm very, very, very clear when it comes to cancer treatment. Anyone who tells you there's one magic bullet to treat cancer, they're not telling the truth. Cancer is a very complex disease. It needs restoration of the immune system. It needs restoration of a lot of things. It needs cleansing of the body. It needs addressing the cancer, and it needs enhancing the overall health. It needs a realignment of spirit, mind, body. So none of us who would ever tell you there's one single magic bullet for cancer is telling the truth. The truth is we restore the entire system, detoxing slowly and gently, or enhancing the immune system slowly and gently, building the body up while weakening the cancer and the environment where the cancer lives. So it's more complex, but it's doable, and it's really easy to do if we work together as a family. Number one, to prevent cancer, because it's so much easier to prevent cancer than to have cancer and treat it. It's the next thing is to early discovery of cancer. Be mindful of your body. Be mindful, feel your body, connect with the body so that you know if there's something wrong, you find the right person. Don't work with Dr. Google alone. Use Dr. Google as a beginner. And then when you have enough information, question your physician, interview your physician. Make sure that that doctor cares about you all the way. Make sure you get the resources, information to focus on health and healing, and understand that you need to be intuitive to your body, because your body is your shrine. Your body is your temple. My body is my temple. My body is my shrine. I need to connect with my shrine. I need to connect with my temple so I can deeply feel who I am and relate to my cells in a better way. Cancer is a friend. Cancer is a teacher. Cancer is a reminder. Cancer can give hope. Key to health is to be aware, to be aligned, spirit, mind, body, to give love and to receive love, to give hope and to receive hope, to be open and giving. So cancer is a reminder, and I hate to say that cancer is an invited guest that we do not welcome. So we invite cancer, but when it comes in, we don't welcome cancer. So we should not invite it in the first place, and when it comes in, we have to acknowledge it respectfully and move it away. I love turmeric, but I also like everything else. Turmeric is amazing. However, if it's not used the proper way, if it's not mixed with the proper combination of things, it's not bioavailable. It's not absorbed in the body properly. So you want to make sure that you get the right form of turmeric and take it at the right time. Because turmeric is one of the most powerful elements that really changes lives. It's one of the phytonutrients that are really essential to help us fight against a lot of disorders, including cancer, especially inflammation. So turmeric is great. I love turmeric. Again, seaweed is sea vegetables. And sea vegetables and seaweeds are loaded with healthy omega-3s. Very good, plant-based omega-3s. But sometimes they're not as powerful in some few cases as the fish oil from the fish. However, seaweeds are a wonderful, wonderful source of omega-3s and magnesium and high energy, because they're loaded with mitochondrial elements that helps you make your own ATP. So I love seaweeds.